Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nenna, and today we are back with a 𝑧𒐄� challenge. Hi guys, how have you been? Why is this girl calling Trevor? Since when does he have any other friends? Like, this makes me feel like he's probably hooking up with girls when Rosie's not home. Why do you need to control the person that you so-called love when you have like other side chicks? I'm really looking forward to getting along with the story. Not per se because I'm like done with Rosie, but I'm just done with Trevor. Genuinely do not like him, and I am really looking forward to getting him out of the freaking house. Either out of this house or we're gonna get out of this house, but someone's gonna leave this house one of these days, and I'm really hoping it happens soon. Now, I also noticed a while back that Trevor started to have wishes regarding to Rosie's dreams. Like, we all know Rosie eventually has to sell a novel. She's gonna write a book. Trevor has absolutely like zero aspiration, right, when it comes to, well, anything life. He has no life aspirations. He's just Trevor. He's just existing, not really doing anything, not wanting to do anything. I mean, that's a mood. Honestly, that is a mood. I'm really looking forward to having her get her job to the max, maxing her career, and I'm really looking forward to maxing her charisma skill and writing that book. I am really frustrated with Trevor because like she has one thing that's her own, right? Like her job, her passions, her interests, those are hers alone. Since Trevor now has this one to write a book, it's almost like he's saying, well, your interests are my interests. Like you can have nothing that's truly yours, and I'm gonna make sure that everything you do or you like is gonna involve me somehow. It's gonna revolve around me somehow. And if you think that you're special, like you're not. Like, because you want to write doesn't mean I can't write. You know, you have those friends that will always try to outdo you, outshine you, and I feel like Trevor's one of those. He's trying to one up her. I think that's how you say it. He's trying to one up her, and I am honestly just so tired of him. I had a bit of a chat with a friend who commented under one of my videos. I'll have to comment right here, and we were discussing the mindset that Rosie might have, or how we're gonna get them to split up, or what is it that is keeping her tied to Trevor. And she made a really good point. I'll still have to comment here so you guys can read it. Rosie would never intentionally stay in a relationship unless she was so deep into it, like so deep into the relationship that she just couldn't figure out a life without him. Like, she is so deep into it that she just believes that this is the only thing she has, and this is the only thing that she can ever do. She cannot move on with her life because she needs him. It's quite sad to see that she's grown into a person that went from having no confidence and many insecurities to somebody that felt really confident and stable, you know, in her shoes, in her life, in everything, because everything was going really well for her. I mean, she was kind of poor, but you know, she was doing really well for herself after a shitty period, and now she is far worse than she's ever been. Now she's just back to her maybe even more insecure self. I don't know if she's more insecure than she was when she was growing up, but she's definitely not confident, and it just really sucks to like see that, because she deserves so much more. If she's not gonna leave him because she's too deep into it, then something must happen. I was also thinking about the plan that Pepper had and Julie and a guy, but I don't see that working. See, I don't think that she's gonna be able to go to Julie's house regardless, and I know that, you know, I'm the one who made the plans, but I take it back. It's never going to work. Why would Trevor suddenly allow her to go to Julie's house just because she's had a baby and her baby has a birthday? That makes absolutely no sense, and she's never going to go there. I feel like we can all agree, you guys will agree with me, that if Trevor's not leaving or letting her leave the house, only for work, because, you know, he likes her money, he's never gonna allow her to go to her friends. Like, she can't see her mom, she can't see Julie regardless, so why would she now suddenly be able to go there, like, for other reasons? Like, it just doesn't make sense. So what I'm actually going to do is have them come over, because I feel like it would make much more sense that they probably asked her to come over many times, and you know, there's just not many progress. We're not making any progress. We're really not seeing a difference in that contact. And he's gonna stuff his face. Lovely, just do what you're good at, sir. If you really want to help somebody and they're not going to come to your house, they don't show up, they don't answer your calls, they don't really have any sort of contact with you, and you know for a fact, like, it's not you, you know, like, you didn't do anything to cause this, there's something going on, I feel like you could just drop by, which it's a bit of a risky move, right? Because you're gonna drop by, probably, I don't know, surprise her the three of you, not just one, but the three of you are going to surround her and sit her down and have the talk. And then they're going to talk about the guy that's been so-called, abusing you or doing horrible things to you while he's like there, because like he lives there. So not only does she not have a place to really talk her mind, and she's probably going to feel kind of pressured to say the right things because she doesn't want to like embarrass Trevor. She doesn't really want to hurt him or anything. I don't even say that. She's just gonna be under so much pressure. There's no way it's ever gonna work. Like, are they gonna get through to her? I don't know. Are they going to make any progress? I don't know. But just imagine how awkward it must be for them to come over and talk shit about the person that's literally like there. And knowing Trevor, what's gonna happen is they come over, and for damn sure he's going to be sitting there next to her, making sure that whatever they talk about, he knows what's going on. Because they can't talk shit, like, in his, near him. They're going to talk shit. He wants to be there, He wants to be there and call them out on their bullshit. God forbid they have a secret that Trevor doesn't know about. Trevor has no new email. Like, why are you even checking? Literally, you have no life. You literally have no life. Now, actually, you know what? Since he wants to sell a great novel, I'm not the worst person in the world, so let him write his own book. It's probably going to be called Me, Myself, and I, and it's probably just going to involve money. Only about money, and it's about himself. Let's see, it kind of looks like this, doesn't he? So he wrote a book about himself and about his money. So I think since our parents, everyone is coming over, she just doesn't know it. Tomorrow we should get some early sleep. She also needs some skill points for the career. We need to check what level she's in because we do need to max it, but I don't want to max it when she's like old because I want her to save up, which I know it's kind of hard, but I have a plan. Oh wait, she's level 7. Okay, so actually we're doing really well. She needs 3 more promotions and then we're done with this part of the challenge. And in order to get that, we need 1 more charisma skill point. We need like 26 friends, or do we have 26 friends? I never get this. Do we need 26 or do we have 26? I cannot imagine us having 26 friends actually. Well, I guess the cats count. So I have 26 friends and 20 of those are cats. Like, that's actually my life, pretty much, in a nutshell. But we also need 3 logic skill points. I'm really not sure how I'm gonna get those. Let me actually slow this down a little bit. So I know we can work on skills through the computer. Yeah, here. So you just go to this computer. I always forget what it's called. Press school or college, I suppose. Oh no, college doesn't work. So just school. Study skills, and then go to logic. So since we need 3, I think actually we might need 6. I have a feeling we need to max both our logic and charisma skills. So that's gonna be interesting. You know what I can also see happening, and I don't just wish her the worst. Like, I don't want her to do bad because I genuinely just want her to do bad in life, even though it kind of feels like that, doesn't it? I feel like if she wrote a novel that it would turn out better, Trevor would definitely steal that and pass it off as his own. He would definitely pass it off as his own, which is just kind of sad but very in character. Honestly, I did consider getting Trevor out of the house, but do we think we can get Trevor out of the house? And then I think I was thinking, which I do very often, I think I had a thought and I completely sidetracked, which I do in every video, so that's fun. If you made a compilation of stories that I tried to tell but never actually ended up telling or finishing, you'll be able to make a whole new series. Since we did discuss how she feels and how she probably will stay with him because she's too deep, she doesn't really realize that she's being manipulated, right? She doesn't really realize this is bad for her. And I think many people would say, well, if you are abused, if you have things going on, you would probably know exactly that shit's happening. But the thing is with abuse, if it happens long enough and if they say the right things to you, and I mean with the right things, I mean obviously the wrong things, but like the right things to make you stay in the situation, when shit like that happens, it really messes with your mind. Like, trust me, abuse does crazy shit with your head, and before you know it, you're in way too deep, and people just don't realize they need help, and they're 9 out of 10 times they think they can just solve whatever issue they have, and they just think, oh, it's just like a tiny hiccup that we have, like it's not anything too special, it's like not a big deal. But often it is a big deal. You just don't really realize it. Also, she's doing logic. What is this? Looks studying hieroglyphs or something. But yeah, I wonder, like, I'm like I said, I'm just done with this bit of the storyline. I really want to wrap it up, but I'm just kind of like, how is she going to leave him? Like, what's going to happen? And usually something really has to happen before they realize, like, oh crap, like shit's gone too long, it's too far, I deserve better. I'm really wondering, like, where is her point? Like, she sold her cat. Well, she gave them away. Well, she gave her cats away. She lost her baby. And well, I mean, okay, hold up. I make it sound way too dramatic now. Her life is very dramatic as it is, but this is like beyond. Her baby's being raised by her mother. She had to leave her cats at her mother's and friend's house. She can't see her friend. She can't do anything. She lost all of her savings. She has to share her house with him. Yet he doesn't even try to, you know, leave any part of her identity anywhere. You know, she kind of has to hide herself. So pretty much, like, what is left, you know, for her to lose? Like, what is the next step, and what is bad enough or big enough of happening for her to finally leave him? And I really wonder, you guys, I really genuinely, I wonder what is going to happen that's going to change her. Like, what is that magical thing that's going to make things different? I'm really trying to think hard, but I just cannot think of anything. I mean, oh wait, I know. I think there's one thing that would make her go, or like push her over the edge, but I'm just not really sure if I should tell you guys. Let's just see how things play out, because I do like to have my Sims over and to see how they talk, like what they talk about and how they behave. So today could be the day, maybe next episode could be the day, but let's see if Rosie decides that today is the day that something's going to change or not. Ooh, I'm like really curious now. Anyways, she's gonna have some breakfast. Ever since he got rid of the cats, he's had no like social life. Rosie doesn't talk to him. He has no friends. He has no work. He's just sat there being sad and feeling sorry for himself. Kind of deserves it, and I love every bit of it. So let's just sit here and see how long it takes for our family to show up. I forgot to press record like always, but this is just so awkward. Like, like just let me pause for a second, right? So they all came here, surprise, surprise. Hey, we've, you know, come to surprise you, whatever. Peppers just stood there looking at her eating, what are we eating? Grilled cheeses, right? Grilled cheese sandwiches with Trevor. Guy's like, hello, brother. Just decides to sit there and join him, right? And Julie is admiring our dishes. She's like, wow, those are some nice dishes. You've cleaned them well. Let me admire them. Especially since she has a want for grilled cheese sandwiches. You would think she'd eat them, but anyway. So they're all just greeting her, and I think Guy is just like trying to, I don't know. Look, honestly, I'm trying to imagine what the heck's going on. Obviously, Rosie's very happy to see her friends, but at the same time, she's so concerned because she's like, wait a minute, they're here. What's gonna happen when they leave? You know, like, is he gonna be mad? Or maybe he invited them over as a surprise. So Julie says, hey, we're here. We wanted to surprise you. And then, you know, she's like, oh, does Trevor know? Did he put you up to it? She's like, no, we just decided to come and check up on you. So it's definitely not Trevor's doing, and I feel like she's like not really sure how to behave, so she's just continuing doing her chores like always. But it really is Guy that's like hitting up his brother and saying that he knows shit's been going on. Like, immediately they talk about money. I barely see the money icon unless Guy is here. Whenever Guy is here, he talks about money and tombstones. Like, this guy is just like, you took her savings, man. This is like shit from a movie. I don't know what he's talking about, but I feel like he would definitely sit here and give him like, I feel like he would give the girls some space to like talk, because he feels like it's probably a better idea if they did the talking. But he, you know, he's responsible for his brother, he feels like, since he's older, since he knows him better, and he kind of put her up to this relationship in a way. So he would definitely take care of his brother. However, I don't think that Trevor is really happy to see Guy. Like, I feel like he is just very upset that they're all here, but he's playing it off cool because he doesn't want to put up a show. Like, he doesn't want to make a big scene right now. like afterwards he probably wants to blame Rosé for it, because I feel like that's what he would do. Like they would show up like as a surprise, and then he would blame her and get mad at her. I just want to see what's happening, right? I just want to see if they're going to talk about things by themselves. I definitely feel like they would argue quite a bit, and I don't think he would care about like who knows, like who can hear what they're talking about or whatever. But this must be like really stressful. It's just so strange. Like you have your family showing up and you're not happy, you're just like doing the dishes. I don't know. So it seems like Julie really wants to tell Rosé about like some of the times they had together, about the vacations, and perhaps she's trying to bring up past holidays. Like I'm really curious if that's perhaps what she's trying to do, like bring up some good memories to remind her of her life before Trevor. Like I think that's a good possibility. And I wonder if we're gonna see more contact. I wonder what he's gonna congratulate me on. Probably like, congrats Rosé, you have officially ruined today. Thank you so much for your thank you so much for that. I kind of want there to be a moment between Pepper and Rosé. I feel like she hasn't seen her mother in so long, and she definitely wants to know how Rosie's doing. Now it's kind of hard since I'm not controlling any of the Sims, but I'm just imagining, since they are here, that they are talking, like they're all talking together right now. And I feel like she's only feels comfortable to really ask her mother like what's going on, or like what's really going on. And I feel like her mother has taken the initiative to kind of talk about this intervention that they have planned, but that this all just ended up going a little differently because, you know, he's here, and this could make things like a lot worse or a lot better. Like I'm not really sure which way it's gonna go, because just imagine, like I said, you're here trying to talk crap about the guy that's literally there. Like, how are you going to convince somebody that person is bad for them and the person is like there? Yeah, imagine Pepper says, hey, you know what, this relationship, like, oh, it sounds like I'm drunk. This relationship is not good for you. Trevor's like, well, this relationship is absolutely perfect. You know, you can say anything. Oh, Trevor is so lazy. And Trevor would be like, I'm not lazy. Oh, Trevor steals your money. Oh, I don't. You know, you get the idea. It's really hard to, I think, get through to her this way, but at the same time, like, what am I gonna do? Perhaps, let's just imagine Trevor is really upset right now. He's gonna go for a walk. Does he ever walk? Not really. But I kind of want him to take a walk. Now, I think we can take a walk. Let me teleport him outside. I'm kind of done. You know what? Why don't we just take a spin? I don't even know if the guy can drive, but I just really want him out of the house. And let's just say that he said that he trusts her, whatever, putting that extra pressure on her to like not tell any lies or get him in trouble, but also just giving them some space. Like, he just really doesn't want to deal with like his brother and his friends, and he knows like afterwards she's not going to say anything anyway. You know, he's not going to get her in trouble, because she knows, like, he knows that she knows what's going to happen if she does, you know, talk. And she doesn't really want to upset him, so I don't think she would be completely honest about how she feels. Be slapped? Oh god, I just did something horrible. Oh no. Oh no, that's not what I meant. Oh god, Oh god, I really messed up here. Now we're fighting. Okay, you know what? Let's just I don't even know. Oh lord, what has happened? Apologize? I mean, lost in the lottery as well. Oh my god. I can't even. This is just okay. Maybe things are not gonna go the way that I thought it was gonna go. Honestly, I should have done something else. Let me just kind of smooth talk him again. Hopefully he's up for it. I hope he's not too mad about that. It looks like we've made up, so that's great. Just having a romantic moment together, and Trevor, of course, has to be there just to ruin the moment, because like that's what he does. He ruins everything. I'm gonna say that this is the most chaotic intervention ever, but in a way it was very successful, because they made some good points. They talked about things that they wanted to talk about. They got through to her. Obviously he has beef with his brother, but what if he just thinks, you know what, why didn't I just directly go to the source and like make sure they don't come over again. So I feel like he would come over to her mother, to Pepper, and say, well, hey, things are going well here, thank you for showing up, but I think it's best if you leave. And I think like she would unleash all these emotions that she's been keeping in and really like give him hell, like tell him up front, I think you're sneaky, I think you're treating my daughter wrong. Do you think Pepper knows that the child is probably not Trevor's because he doesn't really look like him? Or does she just think, or does she not? I don't think. Does Pepper, you know what? I don't think Pepper cares. That's the real answer. So I think what we're going to do is, you know, he's getting really heated in this argument. And he really thought that if he put a little pressure, that she was going to bulk and she was going to bend and she was going to do exactly what Rosie usually does. If he's ever met Pepper before, you guys know from the early seasons, she gives hell back. And I like to imagine that this argument is like between the four of them. Like if Rosie doesn't want to hear it, if it doesn't get through to her, we're going to go directly to the source as well. We're going to make sure that you know that we know, you know. I think this might be the one and only time that she's actually going to stick up for herself, because it's fine if somebody touches her and if somebody messes with her, right? But don't you dare make beef with her mother. Don't you dare. And I feel like Trevor, after like being rude to her mother, I think he would even be rude to Julie. I think he would be mad at everybody. And I think he thinks like she loves him enough to stick to his side and to side with him. Rosie's like really shocked. And let's just say that Rosie hears her mother cry or something because she's like frustrated upon seeing her face and noticing how, you know, I mean, I wouldn't say she's like badly beaten or anything. Like that sounds really, you know what I mean? Like that sounds really horrible, which it is. I don't think it would really be that far. I think she would just be like slightly upset and a little scuffed perhaps. Like he tried to like maybe intimidate her a little bit, but it didn't really work. It really didn't make a big impression on her. And I think we are thinking like, oh my god, our mother is distressed, like what the hell did he do to her? And I think Pepper is cunning enough to make it seem worse than it is. I think she's crying because she's sad. 100% I believe that, but I don't believe she's impressed by Trevor. I don't believe she's scared of him. She isn't willing to let Rosie believe that. We're tossing a football. This is so random, but as long as Rosie believes that, they have something against them, something in common. And I think this might be one of those things where, I mean, I think it might be the only thing that pushes Rosie over the edge and makes her think, what am I doing with this guy? Like, he doesn't treat my mother right. He's like hurting my friends. What the heck? And I think it's obviously time for them to leave, and it's time for me to wrap up this episode. But I definitely, oh my god, I don't even have to do it. They're fighting again. Oh my god. I think it's time for everyone to leave. I'm actually gonna have him, god, and now he's slapping us. Of course he's slapping us. This is just full of drama, really. This is the moment that changes everything. So we're gonna have her just get into the bath, you know, just kind of relax, and he sends everybody home anyway, so we don't have to deal with that. Regardless, I think this was a great okay, it was probably the messiest intervention ever, like in the history of interventions. Probably the worst sitting down and talking to episode out there. But I love The Sims 2 for its randomness to just toss a football while I'm discussing, you know, people fighting and leaving toxic relationship. You can mess with me. Maybe, I mean, it sounds wrong, but you can mess with me, you can mess with my cats, you can mess with my child. That sounds really horrible, but it really is. Like, she put her child with her mother, she put the cats with her mother, but that all wasn't enough. But like, mess with her mother and that's enough. Like, that's where she puts, like, that's where she draws the line. Don't mess. And I think it's because she has mommy issues. I really do think it is that way. She's not maternal, not really maternal. I think she's more maternal than Pepper was, but I think she has problems where she's always felt like, I don't know, left out and unloved and whatever. But I think that's probably why she has less problems with being a bad mother than being a bad daughter to her mother. And I feel like she feels like if she doesn't remove herself from this situation and remove Trevor from the situation, like if she just doesn't get out, then she's being a bad daughter to her mother. Like, I feel like she doesn't want her mother to get hurt, and she will do anything to make sure that she has a good relation with her mother. Like, I think that sounds ridiculous, but I think it might just work for this storyline, because Rosie is a little messed up in the head because of her youth. And oh my god, she's still here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and greet her. Why would she be here at freaking 2 a.m.? Oh my god, I'm going to greet her. And this is where I'm going to end the episode. Pepper has shown up because she wants to help her daughter leave. And she basically showed up and said, hey, do you need help? Do you need a place to stay? Can I do anything for you? And I think this is the first time in her life where her mother and Rosie have been this honest and this vulnerable with each other. And had this not happened, she would have definitely said, go away, try and defend herself, defend the relationship, defend Trevor. Instead, she's actually welcoming her mother with open arms, and she's admitting that she needs help and that she has no place to go, no place to stay. She doesn't really know what to do with herself. But her mother's right. This can't go on. And her mother is giving her a helping hand, a chance to leave this life behind. And as much as there's a part of me that says I don't want to take this chance because I feel like she wouldn't, there is a big part of me that also says she definitely would leave right now. I feel like after it happened with her mother and Trevor, she would 100% leave. Because of that, because she doesn't want her mother to get hurt, and the only way to not get hurt is to get away from him. Either way, it sounds kind of messy and it sounds kind of messed up. But let me know which I personally think she would have enough. She would take this chance. She would leave. There's a car waiting, you know, just pack your bags, like get some things. He's sleeping, you know what, leave now. Because why else would she be here like a Sunday morning at 2 a.m.? Like, I've never seen Pepper here at this time of the day. Anyway, I'm rambling enough, but let me know, would she take the chance? Would she not take the chance? And we'll see you all in the next episode. Bye!